let's face it, I've never really ventured that far into my personal life or making countdowns. The main reason for that is because I've always wanted you guys to focus on whatever I happen to be talking about at that current time. But I've always really wanted to show you who I was, what I do. When this thought came to me, there were dozens of ideas floating around in my head about how I could go about doing that. I decided that the best way was to make a top 5 so I wouldn't cut that far into my regular schedule. But I wanted this to be special. I didn't want to just tell you things you've already picked up by watching my videos. I wanted to tell you things you probably wouldn't have ever guessed about me. So, with that said, let me set a few ground rules. Rule 1. I will not include my attitudes, such as my anger problems or my downright insanity. And Rule 2. This list will only consist of things I've never mentioned before in my countdowns, so that instantly qualifies my fears. Sorry, guest masks, I will rant about you again another day. So, the rules are set, the intro was spoken, and now it's time for the entries. Enjoy! Believe it or not, I'm actually a Boy Scout. The reason I say believe it or not is because I revere technology and I hate the outdoors. So how do I manage to be a Boy Scout? I honestly don't know. I don't understand how I can go a weekend away from my computer and go on a camp out, but I surprisingly do quite a lot. I actually am a patrol leader. Another surprising thing, this entry is full of them, is the fact that I'm not one of the more lax leaders. I tend to get really yelly if one tiny, teeny, little thing goes wrong. And most times, I will pin the blame on someone who honestly doesn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, not the best leader. Okay, so this one you might have caught by watching one of my videos. Yay! Only number 4 and I'm already breaking rules! Yeah! I am obsessed with the Titanic. Not just the movie, no. Well, okay, it is true that Titanic is my favorite movie of all time, and Leonardo is my favorite actor, but that's besides the point. I am obsessed with the Titanic as a whole. I know everything about her. I have blueprints. I have a piece of the Titanic. I have heard all of the stupid Titanic didn't think it was Olympic and the smart theories. And I watched almost every single Titanic wreck video on the internet. Just to show you how obsessed I am with the ship, I found her on Google Earth. Do you know how long that took me? But then comes the big question. Why am I so obsessed with this ship? I honestly don't know. Maybe it's just because I feel my respects for every passenger on that ship. Maybe I'm just weird. Okay, I am weird. I honestly don't know. But what I do know is that I will always be interested and engrossed with the Titanic. May she rest in peace.
So, since you guys have been nice enough to sit this far into my video, I decided to give you a treat. And at number 3 is, I hate normal things. What is normal? Baby, don't hurt me! No more! It mostly comes from the fact that, to me, normal things are pretty boring. So you just have to be that little more unique, shall we say. Take old Stelios, for example.
Can't let you do that, Butler.
Mother of Stelios? How did you get into my editing software?
Don't you talk about my mother like that. I got in for a computer virus. I know you've been reading those sexy or What's-a-Reggie fanfictions.
What? Where did you hear that? That's in my classified files. On my desktop.
It's number 2, right on this list with my invisible script.
Oh yeah. Right. better change that.
You also better change your fetishes. You have to expose yourself to the internet.
What?
Not in that way. Sheesh, kids these days.
Well, as long as you're here, do you want to help me explain?
Explain what? Will it blend? How the Home Alone kid ended up looking like a corpse? Why do all Americans have an obsession with that guy from Stuart Little?
What? Are you even human? Just explain why things are better weird and how it works in your case.
No, I don't want to help you explain, because I am the explanation. God save the Queen.
Oh, you friend, you are the perfect example of to make yourself not normal. You've got damn hipster glasses and a Bob Dylan-esque fro and the singing voice of Jontron.
I've got a much better voice than that.
And you're British.
True that.
Oh no, just be different.
But don't copy me.
Clocking in at number 2. I am a freaking mess of disorders. Just to show you what I mean, ADHD, I have a temper problem, which I know I said I wouldn't talk about, but screw you guys. And I think I might have a minor version of Tourette's. Why do I speculate that? I speculate that because I can never freaking sit still. All these things combined just kind of make me a freak. Not in that bad way, the freak in the good way. You know, the type of freak you can share a story with. If that makes any sense whatsoever. A freak can you share a story with? I don't know. Number 2. Mess of disorders. Woo! But before we get to number 1, let's do a little recap, because that's what I'm supposed to do, but I've been forgetting for the past few countdowns. Woohoo! Number 5. I'm a Boy Scout. Live with it. Number 4. I'm obsessed with the Titanic. Go figure. Number 3.
But don't copy me.
And number 2 is I'm a mess of disorders. Now let's get to number 1. Hurry before this video ends, except it's gonna end after number 1, so you know, whatever. Let's go. Coming in at number 1 is one of the most personal things I've ever shared with anyone. Alright, here it goes. Before I started making YouTube videos in 2011, I was a loner. I had barely any friends. I had dark thoughts. I was very depressed oftentimes and thought that lots of things in life that ever happened were my fault. For instance, my ADHD. Whenever I screwed up, I thought it had to be my fault, even though most times it wasn't. Another example of this comes from whenever I screwed up at a chore or at some sort of work I was given or task. Whenever I screwed up, I would always assume it was my fault, even if it was someone else's. I also had darker thoughts, as I said earlier, but these darker thoughts were more than just the typical I'm so angry at life. They were more dark than that, more brooding, more evil. I'm glad to say that when I started making plays in 2011, my whole world changed. I started getting more reception, but I still wasn't very satisfied, and still was pretty sad. That all changed when I started making countdowns. The reception, I believe, was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. You guys have been here for all this time, and I wanted to take this chance to say thank you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And, well, thank you guys. I'm the Black Butler, and the number 1 thing you probably didn't know about me is that before I started making videos, I was a loner, and you guys changed my life.